As you can imagine, Shaq is getting obliterated over this for all kinds of reasons. Number one, people are like, oh, he's trying to white knight, obviously, for Angel Reese because that's supposed to be his friend. A lot of people believe he's got other ulterior motives, right? So anyway, here we go. All right. I'm not even going to go over what he said. I'm going to come down here in a post.
A recent controversy has emerged involving former NFL quarterback Robert Griffin III, basketball star Angel Reese, and NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal. The situation began when Griffin posted claims about a conversation he allegedly had with someone from Reese's inner circle regarding her feelings toward Caitlin Clark. According to Griffin's account, this unnamed individual confirmed that Reese harbors negative feelings toward Clark, primarily due to media coverage that consistently compares the two players. Griffin suggested that Reese has grown frustrated with constantly being asked questions framed in relation to Clark, creating resentment over time. This alleged revelation sparked significant discussion across social media platforms.
I'm going to come down here in a post. Griffin reiterated his previous statement that Reese hates Caitlin Clark and wrote that people in Reese's inner circle called him and, quote, told him he was right. Reese responded that was clearly pointed at RG3. Lying on this app when everybody knows the first and last name of everybody in my circle for clout is nasty work. My thing is, when he said that, how many people in our inner circle all started looking at each other going, I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Reese responded to Griffin's claims by disputing their accuracy, stating that his assertions were false and made for attention. She emphasized that everyone knows the identities of people in her close circle, making Griffin's anonymous source claim questionable. The basketball player's response suggested that no one from her team had contacted Griffin with such information. The situation escalated dramatically when O'Neal entered the conversation with a strongly worded video response. The former Lakers center, wearing sunglasses indoors, delivered an aggressive message directed at Griffin. O'Neal's statement included threats of physical violence, specifically mentioning he would punch Griffin if he continued making posts about Reese.
Circle all started looking at each other going, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. And I'm thinking to myself, somebody did it. I mean, somebody did it. I don't think RG3 made that up. I don't. Sorry, not sorry. I just don't think he made that up. So anyway, Shaq is angry, right? So he goes on this rant and he threatens RG3 in all this. And number one, why the hell you got some damn shades on the inside?
In his rant, O'Neal positioned himself as Reese's protector, claiming he advises her not to respond to such controversies to maintain her professional image. He criticized Griffin for making what he considered inappropriate comments about female athletes, suggesting that only women should discuss such matters involving female players. O'Neal argued that male commentators should avoid delving into personal dynamics between women's basketball players. The 53-year-old basketball legend also referenced a separate incident where someone had created offensive imagery involving Reese and a video game cover, though Griffin had actually defended Reese in that situation. O'Neal seemed to conflate this defense with the original controversy, creating additional confusion about the timeline of events.
Damn shades on the inside. I don't know.
Oh, speaking of man, RG3, tweet another monkey post about my girl Angel Reese. I'm punching your fucking face. Okay? It's enough. Like, I don't usually do stuff like this, but just stop it, bro. You got your job, you got your podcast, leave my Angel Reese alone. I'm the one calling her and telling her not to respond. Fucking stop it. That's the last time. Okay? Thank you. It's not real hate. If you look around what's going on in this real country, that's hate. This is sports. I'm not supposed to like.
Social media reaction to O'Neal's threatening response was overwhelmingly negative. Users criticized the former player for his unprofessional behavior, with many questioning his motives for so aggressively defending Reese. Comments ranged from accusations of inappropriate interest in the much younger athlete to criticism of his violent threats against Griffin. Many observers noted the irony in O'Neal's position, pointing out that the WNBA has historically struggled with lack of media attention, making his suggestion that men shouldn't comment on women's basketball potentially counterproductive. Critics argued that less coverage would harm rather than help women's professional basketball. Head coach Tyler Marsh has confirmed that Angel Reese is currently managing a back ailment. This physical issue has been present for several recent contests, as indicated by the coaching staff. Prior to the All-Star intermission, she was absent from the matchup against Indiana due to what was initially described as a lower extremity problem. Recent revelations show she was simultaneously dealing with both leg and spinal discomfort. These minor physical setbacks are becoming commonplace, particularly when a player bears such heavy responsibility. When an athlete must handle extensive duties with limited supporting casts, such situations become inevitable. The physical demands of contributing across multiple statistical categories, offensive production, rebounding dominance, and defensive presence create natural wear on the body. During their previous outing, her usual intensity appeared diminished. Observers noted her subdued presence throughout the contest. Video footage later surfaced showing repeated requests to exit the game, indicating her physical state was compromised. Her condition was clearly below optimal standards, suggesting she should have potentially avoided participation entirely. However, her warrior mentality drives her to compete despite physical limitation. Currently, Angel Reese holds questionable status for tonight's contest against Seattle Storm due to the back condition. Chicago will also be without Michaela Onyenwere and Ariel Atkins, both dealing with their own health concerns. Recent updates indicate both players are showing daily improvement, though no specific return timeline has been established. Their progress appears encouraging compared to previous days, with the organization anticipating their eventual return to active status. The challenge facing teams lacking depth becomes apparent when reserve players suddenly assume significant rotational responsibilities. This situation fails to benefit overall team performance. Chicago recently added Marisha Davis to their roster, and she may see action in tonight's game. Observations from recent practice sessions show Angel Reese was not participating in team activities. Her absence from shoot-around represents concerning development. Given Chicago's current standing outside playoff contention and lack of roster moves suggesting championship aspirations, the organization appears headed toward developmental mode. The priority should focus on protecting their valuable assets. When dealing with recurring minor injuries, complete rest until full recovery becomes essential. Regardless of the player's desire to compete, management must safeguard their investment. The team's current state doesn't warrant risking long-term health for short-term gain. Forcing players through physical discomfort lacks logical reasoning during rebuilding phases. Marisha Davis expressed positive feelings about her integration, noting the welcoming atmosphere and comprehensive support provided by the organization. The transition has been smooth during her initial days with the squad. Chicago faces a formidable Seattle Storm squad while dealing with significant roster limitations. The injury report confirms Angel Reese's questionable status with back problems, while Atkins and Onyenwere remain sidelined indefinitely. The organization's future direction remains unclear regarding potential roster moves. Chicago lacks ownership of their upcoming draft selection, having traded it to Minnesota in exchange for Haley Van Lith with their 2026 pick going to the Lynx. They do possess Connecticut's future selection, though this may not yield top-tier value since Connecticut's recent playoff appearance suggests they won't finish among the league's worst teams consistently. Trade possibilities appear limited, with management seemingly comfortable with current personnel decisions. No apparent pressure exists on coaching staff or front office leadership, suggesting job security across the organization. The initial plan appeared centered around building through veteran leadership, though this approach hasn't produced desired results. Evidence suggests the roster construction prioritized different players rather than maximizing Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso's potential. The strategy seemed focused on honoring veteran contributions while allowing others to develop around established players, yielding disappointing outcomes. Current minute distribution places excessive burden on Angel Reese, with 35 to 40 minute performances becoming standard. Her presence compensates for roster deficiencies, but this workload creates physical strain. Her youth suggests avoiding unnecessary risks, making complete recovery the priority before return. The organization's intelligent approach would involve extended rest until achieving complete health restoration. Similar patience should apply to Atkins and Onyenwere's situation. While fans desire seeing all three players competing simultaneously, Chicago's focus should emphasize developing Marina Mabrey,